Hi, so this is Kim Kent with Bridge Elementary and Bridge Extension, and I'm here with Pastor Keith Butler of Mount Oak Youth Ministry. Thank you so much, Pastor Keith, for joining us and for giving us your time. And we just, full disclosure, Mount Oak is gracious enough to host us at Bridge Elementary and Bridge Extension and has been such an incredible force and just an incredible resource within the homeschool community for years and years. So again, we're so happy to have you. And we want to talk today about there are 4 different things that are happening there at Mount Oak that homeschoolers can plug into. And so let's get right on the rolling with the sports program. Can you tell us about Mount Oak Sports, please?
Absolutely. First, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to participate in the fair that you guys are having. It has been great, even in my short time being with Bridge, to be a part of that family network that you guys have created. So thank you for the opportunity to be a part and be a part of this virtual fair. But yes, sports. We have a great sports program here that we're building. And so in the fall, we offer soccer for elementary and middle school age kids. We also offer girls volleyball. Right now it's only high school, but there have been some interest in possibly starting a middle school team. So as we continue to field coaches, but right now we do soccer in the fall and volleyball. They're followed up in the winter by basketball of all ages, elementary, middle, and high school. And then in the spring, currently we are doing flag football in the spring. And hopefully, I'm just hoping I can wink, wink, nudge any parents who are sitting dormant. I would love to add track and field. Track and field is offered by the league that we belong to, the GMAC, which is a Christian league that plays other Christian schools. They do offer track and field. My primary background is track and field, so my heart is tagged to track and field, but we got to make sure we have enough coaches to do that. But, one of the things about our sports program is that we're strictly based in foundation of teaching the sport, but most importantly, the character of our children when they play the sport. And that is a stickler for our program, is that when we watch TV and we see these athletes acting the way that they do, we always say, well, when did it get like this? And I usually tell people it's always been like that because people turn a blind eye to character when they see success. But that's not what we do here. We teach you that character and success go hand in hand, and that the lack of character will sabotage your success, which we usually see in the public eye. So teaching the foundation of sports, teamwork, but most importantly, that their response and their training is bigger than just a gold medal. They're training to show God how appreciative that they are. They can even be out and move, and thanking God for the ability to move and how they treat each other. So the sports program is an awesome program that I've been able to be a part of, and hopefully we continue to grow it and offer more sports as we come along the line.
Wonderful. And those are co-ed, is that right? It's not just men.
The majority of the sports, our soccer is co-ed. Volleyball is strictly girls for right now.
Okay.
Basketball is co-ed, elementary and middle school ages. High school is not co-ed, but there can be a girls team. I actually believe there are one or two other programs in our league that actually expressed interest in the girls team. So most sports, including flag football, and of course track and field, are co-ed. The only time that we split up that we don't have it is when we get to the high school level, where there can be a clear difference sometimes between male and female, where someone can unintentionally be hurt. So basketball, high school, there's no co-ed. There'll be girls only for volleyball. And then if we ever get back to the point in our league of having varsity level flag football, that won't be co-ed, but all elementary and middle school sports are co-ed.
Wonderful. Excellent. Well, I love that. I just love all that they're being taught there, and just the spirit behind that is just phenomenal. Okay. So let's also talk now. Mount Oak also has a sports camp program, or just a camp program, I think it's transitioned into. What is that looking like? I know we're now in the age of COVID-19 and social distancing, and that has had an impact on everything. So tell us what's happening in that arena.
Yes. So with our summer camp program, the primary basis of it is a sports camp, in where the kids traditionally do different sports all summer.
Mhm.
And so we are planning. We're still seeing if we can execute our plan to offer summer camps this summer, but we will be at the mercy of the state and other guidelines who are still
Sure.
pending. Uh, how many people can gather and what are those deadlines. So we're still
Mhm.
planning, but the onus is that, once again, it's a safe place for you to bring your kids during the summer when you have to go to work, or let's be honest, if you just need a break and you want the kids out the house, it's a great place to bring them. But it's a safe place where we teach, once again, fundamentals of sports. We teach the principles, but most importantly, how to have fun.
Mhm.
And we also offer arts and crafts during the summer as well, where they get to learn different things. We did change it up a little bit in the past. It has kind of been uh, where kids will stick with one sport for 3 or 4 weeks. We want to introduce a lot of different sports. Our plan actually this summer was to actually play off the Summer Olympics and offer a lot of the sports that they were offering for the Olympics this summer, even up to the point having relay races and other things of that nature, and then taking a tour around the world. So having different countries represented, and also during our lunches offer different type of meals so that it can be more of an experience. So we're still planning that,
Mhm.
but the goal is that it's a safe place that your children can come during the summer. It's pretty quite affordable. We have different packages available depending on how long you need your child, whether it's all summer or a couple of weeks, dictates the price. But most importantly, I think I can't say this enough. It's a safe, God-filled Christian place where we're not driven by income. We're
Mhm.
not driven by trying to, and haven't been a part of those communities before.
Mhm.
We're not driven by income. We're not driven by competition to outdo another camp. We just want
Mhm.
to be what God has designed us to be, and allow God to send us the proper families who are looking for that. So I love being a place where we can be 100% pure of heart without other motives, trying to outdo other camps and bigger field trips. And
Right.
this is just about us loving on the kids all summer long, and that you feel that sense as a parent that when
Mhm.
you drop your child off, there's nothing like dropping your child off and getting in your car to go wherever you have to go and not have to second guess, is my
Right.
child going to be okay today? And that's what we want to create for both the parent and the child.
Beautiful. I love it. And then in the camps, there's also before and after care. Is that correct?
Yes, before and after care.
Wonderful.
So camp usually runs from 9 to 4 are the
Mhm.
traditional camp hours, but we
Mhm.
do offer before care from 7 to 9 and after care from 4 to 6. So from 7 to 9, there'll be plenty of leaders and volunteers there to make sure they have games and activities for those who need to go to work early.
Mhm.
And then camp starts at 9 o'clock. We usually start camp at 9 o'clock with devotional and a lesson. Then they break off into their groups, have snacks, and then they do whatever activities that for the day, come back for lunch. Then we break out of some groups, and then we'll do that till 4 o'clock. And then from 4 to 6 will be aftercare, and it'll still be a mix of organized activities for the kids to do, and just a little bit of things for them to set their free time down from the day.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Another incredible summer activity that's housed there at Mount Oak is StreetReach. And that is a huge community event. I know my kids have been a part of that. Would you please tell us about that? And are there plans as well with that for for this coming summer?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. Street Reach is an awesome outreach program that Mount Oak offers for the last, I believe, 13 years,
Hmm.
14 years, somewhere along that line. I'm actually losing count. Um, but it is for our teenagers, usually 13 and above. And usually what happens is that they stay at the church for an entire week, from Sunday till Friday, maybe Saturday, depending on what activities we have planned.
Hmm.
Um, and then during that time, during the daytime, they go out and they perform landscaping and uh, uh, taking care of our elderly, other ideas in the community, to be able to show God's love in a different manner. Sometimes we get a chance to actually pray for the homeowners or the neighbors, but we take in a list of people who want to participate. They submit a request, almost like there's a program called Christmas in April, where
Hmm.
they do renovation for people. And so we kind of resemble that program, where we take applications and then we decide how many homes we can get in. Then we kind of go and do yard work, lawn work, manicuring, adding new fixtures. I think last year we actually took down a fence and put up a ramp at one house, but they stay there all week during the daytime, and they can actually earn all their community service hours. But most importantly, they get a chance to bond with other teenagers who are on the same faith walk as themselves. And so they're able to encourage each other. And of course, we do have some fun in the evenings. They are fed well during the week. But then we have some activities where we go roller skating, bowling, and a lot of other stuff that I don't mention because I try to keep it a surprise from the teenagers. Um, but it's a great time of bonding, and we usually do surveys at the end of the week. And I was so blessed last year when we did the surveys that most of the teenagers said how they enjoyed bonding with each other. We kind of limited the social media and the cell phones, and they didn't like it on the first day, but by the end of the week, they actually were so appreciative because they actually got to know each other on a different level. So it's a great way to instill evangelism. It's a great way for them to bond with other kids of the same age, and most importantly, the same faith walk. And even to this day, we see a lot of those kids still talking to each other, holding hands in prayer and uplifting each other, that came into StreetReach and they were complete strangers, but have found the spiritual bond that is most important to keep each other uplifted. So we are planning. We still plan to keep the same dates, July 5th through the 11th or 12th, which will be that next Saturday. Those are the places that we're still standing for. Once again, we're subject to this COVID-19 guidelines, but we're planning to consistently and continue to do that as we move forward, unless something comes where we either can't do it or even move the dates back if need be. But hopefully we can still get a chance to get out and serve our community.
Awesome. Yes. And actually, I've been hearing from some people in the local community there saying, when StreetReach happening? Is it still happening? So that's great news. That's great news to hear that the plans are still in works for that. Okay. So another avenue, another activity or program for, I know that homeschoolers do participate in, is AMPed, which is your youth program. So can you please talk to us about AMPed as well?
Oh, absolutely. AMPed is a youth group that we do on Sunday evenings from 6 to 8 o'clock. And I always call it a safe space. If you notice, a lot of keywords that I say is safe. There has to be a safe space. And for teenagers, Sunday night is kind of their safe space where they come and fellowship with their friends. We try to do some games and some activities, but then they get a lesson on their level because a lot of times in life, we go to different programs and we have to be able to reach them on their level because we understand that we're in the growing phase. And so a lot of our kids, they do go to church, but sometimes they're not ready for the word every Sunday that they're receiving. And sometimes as adults, we're not ready. It goes over our head and we have to go home and study. But this is a place where we bring all that information back to one pot, and we have open and honest discussions that are biblically based on the Word of God, trying to get them to understand that their relationship with Christ is important. Not their mother's relationship, not their father's relationship, because neither of those can get them into heaven. It's going to be their own relationship, and understanding that their teenage years are the last stage before their internship of life, which we call your young adult. This is when you relieve your parents' home and you find out all the things that your parents were warning you about have come true, and now it's raining down on you. This is your preparation for your next step, which is your internship. So it's been a great place for them to not just come and learn, but to be able to express themselves. And have a safe space to talk, and knowing that when they talk about their feelings or talk about things that are going on, there's no judgment. There's no condemnation, and they can talk freely without fearing the reprisal of punishment, because their thought patterns may be off, but it's not our job to tell them, quote unquote, right or wrong. Our job is to redirect their thoughts with the Word of God, because how many of us know if you tell teenagers don't do something, they usually do the opposite of what we say. So we try to influence their thinking process by saying, I understand how you can get to that conclusion, but let me share something with you from another perspective and from the Word of God that hopefully you can see that perspective will get you in trouble, and this is the right way of thinking. So it's been a great it's been a great place for the teens. They thoroughly enjoy it. It's a place where they invite their friends. Anytime teenagers invite their friends out to a church function, it usually speaks about the safety and the enjoyment that they experience there. So every Sunday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., we try to fill our young people with the Word of God, but also understanding the importance of relationship.
I love it. And then even that's been able to continue on, even in the midst of the social distancing. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have tried to do some different things as all of us are adjusting to not just virtual everything, but we have been able to do some Sunday night Zoom,
Mhm.
some virtual scavenger hunts, still planning some other things until we can meet in person so it doesn't become so monotonous. I just don't like monotony, so I'm known to change something up in a minute. But we're trying to do some things to keep them engaged, and we still have good retention and good turnout for our
Mhm.
Sunday nights so that they're not completely lost or detached from their friends and the Word of God. So, yes, we must continue these things in these times where we can't physically touch. We still have to stay spiritually connected.
Awesome. Well, Pastor Keith, thank you so much. There are just incredible. This is just a handful of just some great opportunities that are there for folks that are in the community. I love that Mount Oak has been so welcoming and so open to embracing homeschoolers and being a part of all the different things that you have there. And so, again, we're so grateful to you. Any last minute words that you'd like to say to those who are watching?
Well, I say this again. Thank you for the opportunity to even be a part of the fair. I know it sounds cliche, but I do say it from the bottom of my heart. We truly are a community church.
Mhm.
Um, and having been here, this is one of the few places where I really see that love resonates throughout the building. We just want to love on people, no strings attached. We just want to be able to provide a godly service, a godly community, a godly church that represents Christ. And I thank you, Kim, having been able to meet you and all that you do and all the programs that you support, lead, and your influence has been truly inspiring. And I'm honored and humbled to even be to say that I know you.
Aw.
So this is an awesome opportunity. And once again, if you're looking for a great place, I'm not a big person on advertising churches. I would just say, if you're looking for a place that you want to come and feel the love of Christ with no strings attached, through sports, through summer camps, through StreetReach, through Amped, through whatever it is that we have, if we have it and you need it, please come and just be a part of our family. We're just like a big family. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you. This has been Kim Cand, and I'm again here with Pastor Keith Butler of Mount Oak Church that is located right here in Bowie, Maryland. Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing all that Mount Oak is and all that Mount Oak does in supporting the homeschool community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.